can't hear the music. Is it over? I don't know.
Okay. And okay, well, there he is.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Those Movie Dudes podcast. I'm your beloved and handsome host, John. I got a new t-shirt at Ross, Dress for Less. There's the bag right there. But this is the show where we talk about new release films. No first-time watches. We're going to do Nate's Choice, see what movie gets thrown off the train to the Nazis this week. And talk about some movie news, maybe play a few games along the way. But we're just here as three pals talking about movies. I'm sure you can relate. So let's welcome to the show the fellow dudes. Nate and Spencer, welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a bummer. I got really thrown off there because I had a whole Dune popcorn bucket bit I was going to do where I was going to be like...
So what was that? What was that? I missed that.
If you want to clip... If you want to clip that out, do whatever you want with it, internet, Lucas, if you want to, enjoy that later. But yeah, you missed out because of a technical difficulty.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was awkward.
So... yeah, I want to know if anybody actually used this in theater because, like, I keep stuff in here, but like I bought the popcorn bucket, but it seems impractical to reach. I have pretty big hands though.
What do you keep in there? Out of curiosity.
That
was my first thought too. Like I don't know why that was my
what
first
did you say?
thought. Condoms. Yeah, that was my first thought. I didn't say it though. God damn, that was funny.
I have a mushroom keychain. From Minecraft. What? I have Kylo Ren bobblehead. It's just little trinkets and shit that I thought was it's already ridiculous enough that I have a Dune popcorn bucket, but I wanted to take some of the ridiculous trinkets off my movie shelf because I thought it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
Here is R2D2.
It's AMC that does these like exclusive popcorn buckets for like each movie that come out every weekend, right? Or is it Alamo Draft House? It's AMC, right? Or Regal?
A lot of them do it. I think like they have different ones. Like I remember Regal had this like popcorn bucket for Beetlejuice that was like a big snake, but AMC doesn't have that. So they all do their own thing. But AMC has a bunch of $50 popcorn buckets that nobody actually needs.
So they're $50.
Jesus.
No, they're not all $50. Some of them are. Like the more elaborate they are, like Thunderbolts had a popcorn bucket that was literally David Harbour's car. That was $50, and like you could open the roof and put popcorn. I'm like, who the fuck would want that? Anyway,
someone has multiple of them at home.
Yeah, how many popcorn buckets do you have? Like exclusive, like $50 ones? Because there was a time where you were buying like every single one.
I've stopped, but yeah, I probably have 10.
Damn.
Yeah, like
you need to do an Instagram thing where you just show them all off.
I'm just gonna put them in a landfill.
Yes, the movie.
On fire.
Do you have them like displayed or do you have them all like in storage, like tucked away somewhere?
Those two behind me, those are both popcorn buckets. That's the Deadpool head and the Ant-Man head. Those are popcorn buckets.
Okay. All right.
So kind of, yes. And then some other ones just holding miscellaneous like cables in my living room.
Because there are times where I wish my local theater did do something like that. Like I've seen a couple of the popcorn buckets where first of all, I think they're stupid and like they're $50 and they're just 3D printed little like things. I mean, yeah, they're just a total waste of space. But there was one in particular, and it wasn't AMC that did it. I think it was Alamo Draft House because I know.
Have you been there?
I haven't been there, but I know this because I'm on a wait list for this popcorn bucket because it's sold out.
What?
But they are re-releasing Jaws for the 50th anniversary coming up in September. And so Alamo Draft House did this like popcorn bucket where it's literally just like the jaws like of the shark, and like
that's cool.
Basically, your popcorn is in like the mouth of the shark. I'm like, that is just fucking awesome. Like, I just want that myself. But it's like, yeah, like $60 or something, but it's sold out, so I'm on a wait list.
That's cool. I mean, that's one of your like all-time favorites. So
on
you know,
eBay, it's
that's a
like
good reason.
$250. But yeah.
Yeah, they're basically worthless plastic. But in the moment, it's hard not to make an impulse buy.
That's the
kind
thing.
of
Yeah.
where I've been. So
if you could pick a favorite movie that would have a signature like special edition popcorn bucket, what movie would you pick, and what would the bucket be? Because I was just thinking I would love an It bucket, except it's a red balloon, and the top comes off, and you can put your
I was
popcorn in
thinking
it.
Michael Clark Duncan's bald head from The Green Mile, where you just kind of open it up and it's like the God particle or whatever he is. That was the first thing that came to mind because
Yes, a boss. You can have some popcorn, boss.
It's just like a voice track thing with all of his bits from the movie.
I'm gonna go with like a life-size popcorn bucket of Sebastian's piano from La La Land, where like just like where the piano opens up, all the popcorn just fits in there. So you can just like keep that's like where you like go and refill like the smaller popcorn buckets from Sebastian's piano.
Answers that nobody else on the face of the planet would have given, except maybe
I just looked at my Blu-ray shelf and saw La La Land, and I just can't think. I can't think right now.
Was mine not out there enough? Because I could go.
Yours
with
was
like
pretty normal, I would say.
Oh, I've got one.
Okay.
Jojo Rabbit, except it's Scarlett Johansson's lifeless body.
Okay, so let's get into.
Yeah, I want to hear the rest. No, it's fine.
The first movie news topic here. Is there anything else that we need to check in about? I mean, I hope you guys are continuing your challenge. And I hope you're watching movies from different countries. And John, I hope you are slowly but surely watching your Blu-rays from your collection.
There's a handful I really want to watch.
Okay, well, just get to it.
Terrifier, or
you guys gave me more that I have to watch now because I haven't. I want to watch.
I actually forgot what
Sunset.
I got you.
You got me Terrifier. I'm assuming you did at least.
I didn't. No.
That was from.
So you got me Sasquatch Sunset then.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, because I told Spencer, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this for John. He goes, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, cool." He goes, "I have a box that you can put it in."
I went to Bull Moose the next day and I saw exactly where you found them. So, yep, they're on the list. They're on the list.
Got to do it.
Yeah.
And I've passed 100 movies, but I need to kick into gear a little bit stronger here coming up this summer. But that's where I'm at.
I think I'm at almost 20. So I've still got a little bit of a haul, but I'm more or less just trying to mark down all the ones from the different countries, and then I can seek them out. Like once I get my list set, I think
you're going to be finished by the end of the summer. I think you're going to finish with some time to spare for sure, or you're going to finish or like get close to the finish line, and then just like kind of wait a while. That's my prediction for you.
Well, I'm doing this less to be like a victor of anything and more or less to just be more disciplined with completing a challenge.
No, that's fun.
Like just different countries. So like I'm looking up like, oh, best movies from the Netherlands or something. And just, or is there any streaming? Oh, that's $3 rental. Okay, that one can count.
Have you used some discipline?
Have you found any surprises yet though? You don't have to like go into detail, but just curious. Have you found any like movies you're like, oh wow, I'm glad I watched that?
I've a couple decent 4s, and I think there's some 4.5s in there.
Okay, no 5s yet, but maybe we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. It depends on what I pick.
What are you sniffing? What are you sniffing your Dune popcorn bucket?
It was saying something to me. I was sand walking over to it. You know.
All right. Well, let's move on. Let's get into our first movie news topic here because we do actually have a lot of new releases to get into. Pretty much the whole month of May since it's been a couple of weeks. So let's just knock out these movie news stories real quick. Where's Peter? There he is. Okay.
This is movie
news. I feel like there's something there with like the hand like movie, and then we need a graphic. That's what we need.
Like a breaking news bulletin.
Yeah,
like
that's like I could just get that off YouTube. Pretty much.
You could do some overlays on StreamYards. They've added a lot of like great features on this platform that we pay for and use that we should definitely look into to make our show pop and look better. But anyways, that's not the point here. We're here to talk.
You could hire Chet McFly.
Oh, we could hire Chet McFly.
I have his number.
He's my favorite newscaster, interim newscaster.
So
he's out of the country right now, but
I don't want to hear about that. We actually have some horror news to get into here. There's a lot of bidding wars going on for the rights to franchises. The one in particular, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, now has a bidding war. So wait, Nate, how many Texas Chainsaw movies have there been? Like
1, 2, 3,
6,
4, 5,
7?
6, probably 7 or 8, something like that. If you include Leatherface from 2018,
And then Netflix just did one recently as well.
Yep.
That was really bad, to be honest. It had one scene in a bus that was like, okay, this is kind of fun, but I think we covered it on the podcast. Go into the archives if you really want to listen to it.
if you, yeah.
But what's intriguing here is the people involved with the bidding war. So I'm going to go through who is involved and let's see who you guys would pick if you guys were in charge here. So we have Jordan Peele with Monkey Paw. We have Taylor Sheridan and Paramount. We have Osgood Perkins and Neon. We have Glenn Powell and A24. And then we just have Netflix. So interesting list of people involved. I mean, obviously Jordan Peele with his production company, he is picking up like other franchises. Like he did Candyman, I believe he produced, and I think he produced another one recently that I'm blanking on. Taylor Sheridan is an interesting choice. I kind of like it though because this Texas Chainsaw is like a very like Western kind of feel at times, and so he nails that genre, and he can probably hit like the look and the grit and characters. I think he nailed the characters because he's really good at creating very compelling characters in all of his work. Osgood Perkins, obviously, we know what he's done recently. He would make a brutal and disturbing take, I would imagine. And Glenn Powell at A24, I'm not quite sure what that is. And then Netflix, that's just very vague. But out of this list, Nate, what are you thinking? Who would you go with?
I'm between Jordan Peele and Perkins, to be honest. Just okay. Plus I think it would fit those studios better, but then having the money backing of Paramount would also be pretty sweet. And like you said, with his signature Western type style, could make it kind of a gritty, make it really feel like Texas, like the heat and the seclusion. But I'll go with Osgood Perkins. He did great with Long Legs. I'd like to see, just like a really creepy, unsettling, like inbred family chainsaw movie.
Okay. All right. John, what are you going with?
You know what? I mean, I kind of like that Jordan Peele and Osgood Perkins stick to their own things and like create something original. I don't want them to get sucked into a franchise like this. I would prefer that they keep doing what they're doing because they're so brilliant at it. So, I mean, by process of elimination, I don't think Taylor Sheridan's a good option for this either. So give it to Glenn Powell. Like, I don't like, honestly, what is Taylor Sheridan? He writes like old Western stuff. I guess it kind of fits into him. But no, the best man for the job is Osgood Perkins, but I want him to do his own thing and do something else.
Okay.
So,
Powell. I get what you're saying. You're going with Glenn Powell. So like when I see Glenn Powell in A24, I'm confused because does that mean it's going to star Glenn Powell with A24 as the production company? I mean,
I don't. Is he going to make his directorial debut? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's like weird. Or is he going to direct it? Like, or I don't really know because I don't think Glenn Powell has produced or directed or written anything.
He's produced some stuff.
Has he? Okay, so maybe I'm wrong, but so maybe he launched a production company and he's circling this with A24. But if he's going to star in it, I don't really want to see that.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got the Twisters franchise, so just keep making Twister movies. Have fun with that, I guess, or keep making
Sydney
romantic
Sweeney's
movies.
in this, then I'm okay with that. Like, put Sydney Sweeney in Texas Chainsaw and make her run away. That could be interesting.
Make her run away.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if it's Glenn Powell in A24, sure, yeah. Might as well just throw in Sydney Sweeney in there.
I don't mean to give a joke answer, but like that would be interesting to see what Glenn Powell does with this.
It would be a take. I would agree with you there. But my choice actually is going to be the Taylor Sheridan at Paramount.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kind of curious to see what that would be. And I really like Taylor Sheridan's work, especially with 1883, 1923. His movies are pretty good too. Hell or High Water. It's fantastic. He wrote Sicario. He made what's the not Winter's Bone, but Wind River.
Wind River.
Yes, that's a great movie that he wrote and directed. So I think he could nail that atmosphere and tone pretty well, and also, like I said, kind of create some compelling characters, because that's really important with this franchise. You want characters to root for, as they're gonna get slaughtered, because you want some stakes. Because then it just becomes like a Netflix body bag, just brutal fest, and I don't know if that's really the take you want to go with here, but maybe it is. I don't know.
And you see the last Netflix movie, the last Netflix Chainsaw, it was just Gen Z bullshit, really, to be honest. And they brought a character back that probably shouldn't have ever been brought back. And I will say the best part of it was the last 5 minutes to me, just because it ended. But yeah.
So we'll see what happens here. We'll follow up once it does land a production studio. But yeah, I mean, my hope is Osgood Perkins, but I do echo what John said. Like, I do kind of want him to keep doing his original stuff. But I think Osgood would make one hell of a Texas Chainsaw movie, even if he's just producing it, or even if he wrote it or something.
He's the right choice. If he falls into it, I'll see. I don't think I've ever seen a Texas Chainsaw movie, so I'm not really a good person to ask either.
Really?
Yeah,
didn't we not do Texas Chainsaw as an episode, the first one?
I'm pretty sure we did.
I'm pretty sure we did. Yeah, I remember watching that.
Check the airwaves. See if my voice.
Maybe not.
I'm not sure.
I just remember watching it in college with Nate, though, like one afternoon in the dorms, just Blu-ray.
But I'm pretty sure we did the Netflix one too.
Definitely seen the Netflix one. Yeah, but maybe that was just Nate. That was just you and me. I don't know.
Been. Yeah, I don't know. I don't recall. So,
anyways, it has the girl from 8th grade in it, and
Elise Fisher.
Okay. Yeah. No.
And then so another franchise just got bought from by another studio, and that is Saw. The Saw franchise is in talks to, I guess it's in talks, but Blumhouse is circling the Saw franchise, and that would mean Saw is now back with James Wan, because James Wan has a production deal with Blumhouse. So
that's interesting.
That's the most interesting thing about this, because if James Wan wasn't involved with Blumhouse, I would just be like, oh, great. They're just going to make Gen Z Saw movies here like every single year, and it's just going to be the same thing over again. Blumhouse has gone so far downhill, in my opinion, in terms of their quality. They just decided to do quantity over quality, and that's just frustrated me with their movies. Here, though, I mean, I like that. If James Wan's involved here, I think this could be interesting. But what do you guys think with Blumhouse being in talks to buy the Saw franchise?
I mean, I'll say that's pretty cool. I mean, James Wan hasn't done anything since he got, stuck in post-production hell with Aquaman 2. And then Malignant I really liked in 2021, but it's been a while since he came out with anything that's within his actual wheelhouse, that where he thrives. So if he's gonna make another Saw movie, I'm 100% for that. That sounds sick.
Get back to the gritty crime drama because the first one, it wasn't necessarily scary or horrific, but it was just tense.
It's my favorite one out of all of them.
It's the best one.
Yeah. And I think they did a little better with Saw X. I actually enjoyed it. It gave it some heart.
I really like that one. That was the most recent one, right? With Tobin Bell coming back. Yeah, that one was really good.
And just get to the crime again, get to like maybe 30 years down the line, John Kramer's dead, but all of a sudden Billy the Puppet shows up on like national TV or something, and the whole world's like, what's happening with Saw or anything. If James Wan is at the helm, he doesn't necessarily have to direct it, but if he is like an executive producer or something and he keeps it in line, then I could see this going to the moon, because you can do a lot with Saw, with the whole,
as we've seen,
mass serial killer and clues and police drama and stuff like that.
Remember Jigsaw?
Saw 10 was
Spiral,
awesome.
Spiral, the Book of Saw. Chris Rock, and that was bad, man.
That was bad. You guys both saw 10, right?
Yeah,
that's what we were talking about. Yeah, Saw X.
Right. Yeah. That one was great.
Really fun. Good. Yeah,
so
I would say that's
too.
Probably my second favorite out of all of them, with the first one being my favorite.
I love Saw 2.
Saw 2 and 3 are great. Like,
it's like in the house, and they have to find the antidote. And
which one's got Donnie Wahlberg in it. Is
that's
that two?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Two is also the pit of needles. Like the guy just throws the girl in there. That's such a horrific moment. Oh my god. Yeah.
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 Get
So
to the nitty gritty of those movies where it just gets more and more gory. The deeper you dive in, that's where you lose me.
That's 4 through 7.
Yeah, I've seen them all, but boy, no, thank you.
So Blumhouse gonna make millions and millions of dollars more with the Saw franchise, but hey, James Wan might be back in the creative element of it, and I think that's pretty cool. So
that's scary, if anything. Like it's a monster finding its purpose again and just running with it.
Yeah. And so the last bit of movie news here is kind of just a follow-up story here because we reported on this like I don't know, like a month or two ago about Sean Levy's Star Wars movie called like Starfighter with Ryan Gosling involved, and we were speculating, who could be cast with Ryan Gosling, and Mikey Madsen was offered a role. She said no. It was because of a pay dispute. She wanted more money, and they didn't want to give it to her. And so she's like, "Fuck you, bitches! I'm an Oscar winner. I'm gonna go do an Edgar Allan Poe movie at age 24." So that's what she's doing next.
Mask of the Red Death.
That's perfect for her. But instead they cast a new person that most likely would have been Mikey Madsen's role. Do you guys, Nate? You're shaking your head. Do you know who it is?
I know exactly.
John, you know who it is? It's Mia Goth. Mia Goth is going to be in Star Wars movie. So
99-cent Mikey Madsen, I guess.
Whoa!
No, it's not to me. To me, Mikey Madsen is 99-cent Mia Goth, but
they're not even the same.
It's one did get replaced for the other due to a
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're the same.
I guess a little bit of plot details got released here. Gosling will reportedly play a character that must protect a youngster against evil pursuers. Goth will play one of those pursuers.
Okay, I was gonna say she's definitely not the youngster.
Yeah, so it looks like she's going to be in a villainous role. So there you go. And she'll next be seen in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, which also just had a trailer recently. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, wait, what?
No, didn't see that.
I'm so behind on trailers because
that's fine. Don't even bother.
Yeah, but I get spoiled in theaters. Like I didn't want to see the Smashing Machine, and then it came up, and I was like, "Do I turn away or just watch?" Well, and I'm glad I watched.
That's a great trailer.
You can avoid Frankenstein because it's going to be through Netflix. Guillermo del Toro has a deal with Netflix because of Pinocchio, and so they're funding his creative passions. So, but hey, there is talks that they might actually give this one a theatrical release because the second they released the trailer, I almost did this as a movie news topic. They did Netflix did this whole like their own version of Comic-Con. It's like to doom, whatever they called it.
Someone was talking about that at work, like the releases and trailers.
They just had all of like their upcoming movies and TV shows, like trailers. Like the Happy Gilmore 2 had a trailer. They did a trailer for Stranger Things 5. It's like 40 seconds of new footage.
Wednesday.
They did Wednesday. They had like Lady Gaga do a performance. And then like there was some other stuff with like Frankenstein trailer. They did Knives Out 3 trailer. So but like that's the thing is we're kind of trying to avoid trailers the best we can, especially these ones won't be in theaters. So I mean, if you don't see them online, just like, hey, just perfect. Just then you can go into the movie blind and have some more fun. But yeah,
the thing with Netflix is like I don't understand why they wouldn't want to put movies in theaters. Wouldn't they just make more money?
They're really against it. Yeah, it's really strange because and also with physical media, they some do get physical media releases, but it's really rare. Like that's why Mike Flanagan went to Amazon because he was so pissed off that Netflix wasn't going to give his work any physical media stuff.
No,
that's why they pulled
4K.
They pulled Hush off of Netflix so they could give it on a 4K release. Yeah.
Shout out to Mike Flanagan. Yeah, it never made sense to me. Like they're in the business of making money, and their only income is subscriptions. So if people aren't subscribed to Netflix, they'll go spend $20 on a movie ticket and see it there. Like,
but
I don't know.
They are doing like for especially these movies that are awards qualifying, they will do like a theatrical release because that's in order to get Oscar nominations, they have to theatrically play in theaters for 2 weeks. That is the rule with the Academy. So they do actually selectively choose movies to screen in theaters like the first couple of weeks or a month before the Netflix premiere. So like the Bradley Cooper one that he just did, like what was it? The Leonard Bernstein movie.
Maestro.
That got a theatrical release. The Irishman got a theatrical release. So like some do. So I think Frankenstein will actually get one. So
I hope so, because those movies I want to see like modern theater experiences.
That's like the Nosferatu. That's like Nosferatu. Like I wanted to see that in theaters. So the Frankenstein seems like another one of those movies that deserves it.
I saw that on Christmas.
That's a great Christmas movie.
It was fantastic.
The day after,
with the vibe,
so perfect. But yep, that's basically all the movie news have for you guys. There's obviously plenty of other topics that we could have talked about, but if you guys are listening, chime in on those movie news. Do you guys who do you think should buy the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? That's what I want.
Is it Glenn Powell?
Those movie dudes,
not Glenn Powell. Yeah, at those movie dudes news.
It's gonna be us.
At Peter.
All right. Well, that was movie news. So let's get into little Nate's choice here. Oh, where's the drop? Peter, come on. What the fuck?
It's Nate's choice.
Black and
That's
white,
true.
white,
Oh, that one. Yeah.
It's Nate's choice. What you gonna do? Fight or flight, hot or cool. It's Nate's choice. Tell me what you gonna choose.
I was doing my Dune impression. I was like,
"Were you? That was your worm, your sandworm."
Yeah, that was my.
That's
sandworm.
the sandworm. So that's Nate's best sandworm impression. Okay.
I was almost like, "Ride me, Timothy Chalamet," but then I was like, "No, I'm good. I'm good.
But then he'll throw all these spikes in you and ride you around.
Good.
Yeah, you said it anyways. All right.
I know. I was gonna say it, but then I was like, say it.
You've been on this podcast too long with me, where you just say what you think and then you get canceled. But yeah, Nate's choice. Tell me what you're gonna choose, Nate.
Well, I've got two actors that I'm curious to who you would rather have star in your movie. It can be any movie. Doesn't have to be a specific genre or anything like that. But these two gentlemen have progressed and aged like fine wine as far as their movie careers go. And I would like to see who you would want leading your movie. Would you rather have the Brad Pitt lead your movie, or Tommy Cruise? Good old Tom Cruise.
Oh, wow.
Who do you want in your movie? And we can take everything apart of it. Their history, their religions, Tom Cruise is Scientologist, and all that fun stuff.
I think we have to factor that in.
That's definitely a big part of his personality.
That's why I picked it, because I'm factoring it in.
Man. I thought surely you were going to go with Keanu Reeves for some reason, just the way you're describing.
We just did John Wick and James Bond, so I figured if I stay away from it a little bit.
Who do I want to star in the movie that I'm making? Is the question.
Yeah, like if I should have thought of some different like pitches for movies and saw who fit better. Like,
no, it's fine.
Because I was going to say End of the World, but Tom Cruise has already done that, and I guess Brad Pitt kind of did too.
Yeah,
he definitely did that. Yeah. Gosh, they're both just like 55-year-old handsome men. So
one has an Oscar.
Who? Brad Pitt? Oh, that's right. He did win it. God, I just love Tom Cruise, man. I'm so impressed.
4 nominations
with everything he does. Like if I feel like, if I'm going to put someone on screen that's really going to go to bat for me and do like anything that I want them to do in a movie, it's Tom Cruise. Like if I want him to throw himself off the Empire State Building with no parachute, he would probably do it. I feel like Brad Pitt would never leave his trailer if I proposed that idea. He'd be like, I'm good. Nah, throw in the stunt double. So
I feel that Tom Cruise pitches those though. He's
right. He would be like in my ear, like, what if we do this? And like that could get annoying, and it probably would get annoying when he's on his little Apple box. And I'm like, okay. But like, I don't know. Tom Cruise is like he's a fucking pilot. Like he can fly an airplane. That's cool. I don't know.
So was my uncle.
Yeah, well, so is Nathan Fielder. Nathan Fielder's a pilot too, and he's also a comedian. I don't know, man. I just think Brad Pitt, I think he's too old to be in an F1 movie, and that's the one thing that makes me not want to see it, but I'm going to see it. Tom Cruise is just a fucking badass.
Isn't that like the premise of the movie? Like everyone thinks he's too old to be a driver. I don't remember the trailer.
He is too old. He's like 55. It's too old to be a driver.
I can't wait to see that. But
fucking sick. It's Tom Cruise for me. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, especially after seeing all the behind the scenes videos of the length that Tom Cruise goes to make those movies happen, it's just absurd. I mean, he is hanging off of a plane in this last one and just like the plane is like flipping in the air, and like he's just like hanging on and like doing his thing. He's jumping. He got a Guinness Book of World Record for jumping out with the most amount of times with a burning parachute, and like that behind the scenes footage is insane because it looks like he's about to die, and like you can see it in his eyes, and he's like screaming oh fuck," over and over again. Like it's the most absurd thing in the world, like how far he'll go to get a shot and to like entertain the audience. So having him in your corner, if you're making a movie, I mean, like, yeah, like he's just like the little engine that could, like, he's just gonna like make it, elevate it so much more than what it could be. Where if you have like Brad Pitt, who's like I can totally see like what John said, just like like won't even get out of his trailer like with that idea.
Like, nah, I'm good. But, I don't want to do that scene.
But like I think Brad Pitt does bring a whole other dynamic to a movie that Tom Cruise does not. Like Tom Cruise is very entertaining to watch do his stunts and do his like plane thing and his underwater stuff. But Brad Pitt is like, he's just so cool. And like everything that he does, like there's the line deliveries, like you buy him more as a romantic lead. There are some shots in this last Mission Impossible movie where like, I'm just like, Tom Cruise, man, like do something else with your life.
Thank you. I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah. Anyways, so I mean, just to be different, I think I would go with Brad Pitt because you know what? I don't want to make an action movie, so I don't need you, Tom Cruise. I want to do something a little more lighthearted and romantic, so I want Brad Pitt.
I also, I guess, kind of in my head, it was almost like a movie about myself, and I feel like it's
we all have different interpretations.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I see Tom Cruise being like an old version of me more than Brad Pitt would be an old version of me. So
Brad Pitt would be an old version of me.
Yeah, no, for
like,
sure.
Sitting right here.
Brad Pitt plays Nate. I'm not sure who plays Spencer.
Ben Affleck or Matt Damon.
Oh, yeah.
Henry Cavill.
Someone I worked with on set did say that I reminded them of Matt Damon, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Not Henry Cavill.
Not Henry Cavill. No,
I don't see Henry Cavill.
The fuck? No.
Oh, sorry.
Not just a bag of rocks.
He plays Warhammer 4000. You watch your mouth.
Give a fuck. Cool. He can build a computer. Big whoop.
That's
want to fight about it?
Not what that is.
Want to fight about it?
Yeah. So I would go with Brad Pitt. John, you're gonna go with Tom Cruise. Nate.
Oh, you're going with Brad Pitt after all that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going
wow.
Did you listen, mainstream boy?
I didn't. I thought he made a decision, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, but Brad Pitt, like he's handsome." But I didn't know you actually settled on Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I don't think he used those words.
No. That was just me.
We know how John feels about Brad Pitt.
I think they're both very handsome. Was that the question? No, I'm going with Tom Cruise.
Not this week. Next week, maybe. Just for that, John, I want to see Brad Pitt play you in a movie. I'm going with Brad Pitt. But I guess it's mainly I haven't seen the Mission Impossible movies, so I don't have a full spectrum view of Tom Cruise.
Damn.
I know him from like Outsiders, Top Gun. Yeah, that's about
War
it.
of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. Yep, War of the Worlds was fun. I'm more of a Dakota Fanning fan, but that's beside the point.
She's like 12 in that.
She's still a fantastic actress.
No, she's just good of actress. Yeah, sure. I'll give you that.
What's your problem, mainstream boy?
A lot of things. It's just like, no, she's good at the movie.
But the thing with Tom Cruise is like you definitely would get efficiency and like top-notch skills, but then you'd also just see a bunch of Sea Org members following him around, kissing his butt while he psychologically tortures them. So I'm just kind of like, I don't want my workers to feel degraded and demeaned under this guy's foot. So I'm sticking with Brad Pitt mainly because I feel like he's a more genuine person.
I've heard some stories from people that worked on movies with Tom Cruise, in particular American Made. So this, I don't know if you saw it, the biopic.
That plane one, yeah.
I mean, the thing with Tom Cruise, he's a producer, so he is also funding the movie that he's involved with. So there, allegedly, what I heard is he would walk around and he would find people that are just like kind of sitting around and doing nothing, and he'd walk up to them and be like, "Hey, what's your job? What are you doing? Maybe you should do your job." And like he would just like tell people to like get off your phone or like get off your ass and like let's get to work. Like he does not put up with lazy people whatsoever.
Well,
which I get to a point.
He has a crazy work ethic, so
but not everyone's Tom Cruise.
Insane. Yeah,
so, but it's because of the meds that they give him. Like he's on something that's just causing him to just be like he's got Xenu in the future waiting for him, so he's not afraid to die. That's why he does all this stuff, is because he just has that confidence.
Dude, if he doesn't die doing some incredible stunt, then I feel like his life wasn't complete. Like he has to die in a movie.
Tom Cruise's soul has been part of this universe for trillions of eons because it fell into a volcano.
Galactus.
I'm doing the whole Scientology thing, but no, I'd still go with Brad Pitt. I think he's
we're back to it. All right, good. There we go. Full circle.
I just think he's I want a more genuine person.
Okay. So we're throwing Tom Cruise
doesn't seem genuine
to the Nazis. I feel like he could hold his own against the Nazis, and he probably has in a movie at one point.
Valkyrie.
Haven't seen that.
Yeah,
literally he stood up against Hitler.
Okay, then he'll be okay. He'll be just fine.
Yeah, there you go.
And wasn't he in Munich too?
No, he was not in Munich.
Oh, he was not in Munich. Okay, maybe
nope.
Valkyrie's probably
Rain Man. He was in Rain Man.
Yep. Okay,
is Dustin Hoffman a Nazi in that? I haven't seen it.
So see you, Tom Cruise.
Chicken jockey.
I hate the second part of it. Like, shut the fuck up.
I did finally watch a Minecraft movie, by the way.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he did.
Did you like it? It was bad, right?
Yeah, he did. We had a great time.
Let's watch it together. Yeah. Nice.
We left off at this part, like they just got to the overworld, and I'm like, all right, here we go. Here comes the trash guy. Oh, it's the garbage man. Sorry.
So
anyway, speaking of new release movies, why don't we get this out of the way? We have a lot of movies to talk about. So, new releases, bitch. Here we go. Whole month of May.
Yes, the new releases. Yes, the new releases. Yes, the new releases. Yes, the new releases.
So, anyways, welcome back to the podcast where the segment we're talking about new release movies. That's a cute duck.
Holy shit, dude. That's shiny. I love the beanie on it.
I won that in a claw machine at Bangor Mall Cinemas.
Really?
Yeah, they have a bunch of different ones. There's a black one, purple one, yellow one, red one, orange one, turquoise, cyan, yellow, pink, blue.
That's like 17 different claw machines. Why do they have so many claw machines?
Spencer Blue. Thank you.
Why do they have so many separate claw machines?
Yeah. Anyways, new releases here. It basically, where do you guys want to start? That's what I want to know. There's with movies that
Final Destination.
Oh,
that's in quickies, to be fair.
Oh,
so we'll get into that one a little bit later.
I feel like we should. I mean,
I didn't ask where you want to start. Maybe I'll just pick.
Yeah, thank you.
I already wrote the banners out. It's not really up to you.
All right. Why don't we go with the movie that we all saw? Let's go with Bring Her Back.
Oh, get out of the pool.
I mean, I get
no, Ollie.
Why? Why?
Ollie, no. Don't worry, it's just Ollie.
All right. This is Bring Her Back with Sally Hawkins, directed by the Raka Raka guys. Just unbelievable that they have come this far as directors. I mean, with Talk to Me, we have an episode on that when that came out a couple years ago, and we were all blown away by that movie. Just how it was so mature, especially compared to the YouTube videos. I mean, we all grew up watching the YouTube videos, and they are insane. But with Talk to Me and with Bring Her Back, they have proven that all those years of making YouTube videos pays off because they know how to tell one hell of a story. Spoiler, Bring Her Back is one of my favorite movies of the year so far. But Nate, what did you think of Bring Her Back?
When I first heard your thoughts on Bring Her Back, they were brief. One word that you said that really stuck out was mature. And it's so true because Talk to Me, it's very much like a visceral horror movie that's scary. It makes you think, you're emotional. This one just cuts you deep. Like, it's not the most gruesome. Like, I've definitely seen more gruesome movies, but this one does it in a way that just messes with your head and makes you think of who you can trust and who you can't. And Sally Hawkins does that perfectly because she comes off as so sweet, so nice, so genuine. And then you just start to see little pieces fall off. Like, she's just got a mask on the whole time. And these two kids are great. Like, the daughter is fantastic. She brings so much empathy and just you feel like you're in her shoes because she can't see. And the brother, who has to be the big brother and step up and take care of her, and then having this person kind of become part of their lives, a basic stranger. It just it tugs at the heartstrings while also being very, very brutal.
Yeah.
Spencer, did this end up being your secret movie?
No, so
I was curious about that.
There was 2 horror movies lined up, and I picked the one that was closer to the Bring Her Back release because usually the mystery movies will do the most upcoming movie like that week that'll show like this a little early. They did Bring Her Back the week before, so I had tickets for the following one. I was like, oh shit! It's like what's the next one going to be? I figured it out. It was Dangerous Animals, this like shark movie, serial killer movie.
Okay.
So I ended up canceling my ticket because I didn't want to drive to Augusta for that. So
yeah.
I didn't get the one I wanted. Here, take it back.
and you tried. You thought you knew the system, but it kind of figured you out
a little bit. Yeah, no, it surprised me with a very advanced screening of Bring Her Back like weeks before. But Talk to Me was a mystery movie, so I figured that their other movie was probably gonna be one too. But
that makes sense.
The one thing I will say before John, you give your thoughts.
Yeah.
Where Talk to Me, I did think was scarier, and a little bit more fun in a sick way.
Mm-hmm.
This one was not as fun, and it was not as scary, but I thought it was way more satisfying as just a movie as a whole. I thought just especially in terms of the ending, and like I won't really spoil it, but it hit me pretty hard where I was on the verge of tears. I was with the boys, so I didn't cry. I held it back. I sucked the tears back in. But like there was one shot of a plane going overhead where like I almost broke. I was like, oh, okay, holy shit. Like I was just so shocked that these guys, the Raka guys, could just create this like a very emotionally driven and compelling horror film that was just kind of unlike a movie I'd seen before. So one of the reasons why I love it so much. But John, what did you think of Bring Her Back?
Yeah, it kind of gives you hope that, if you YouTubers such as us, podcasters, could make a movie. But no, this movie was very deep, and it had a lot more to it than I ever would have expected. It was very visceral and unsettling. Like there were so many just shots in this movie that like they don't quite feel like shock value, like they feel warranted. Like the stuffed dog made me want to puke almost around like, oh my lady. Like I don't ever feel like she was a sweet lady. Like from the very second Sally Hawkins walks on the screen, I'm like, I fucking hate this bitch. She's gonna be horrible. And she was. But
she was really good at playing that Two-Face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like she was like I could buy it, like especially like from like the blind girl's point of view, where like this like kind this foster lady just takes her in and so warm, but just her fucking like one little jabs at
the son, at the brother,
so mean.
But when she takes the picture, the selfie, and she stands in front of him, so he's not in the picture. I'm like, oh my god, that's so psychological. Like,
reads
my god,
looks at it and goes, oh, so he's weird, huh?
Like,
oh come on.
Like, she was so evil, just trying to get the daughter on her side, and like the whole dynamic of the sister being blind added so much to this movie. Just knowing that she couldn't see what was going on, like Sally Hawkins could get away with whatever she really wanted to do, and the daughter was none the wiser. Like that gave it so much more of a dramatic effect throughout the movie that just made it more freaky. But yeah, I really liked this movie. It's at the top of my list. It's quite the watch. It has some moments that really fuck with me because I hate gruesome gore. one to do with a steak knife that made me like. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh, like in the theater like that, and then I look around to see if I'm bothering anybody. But like it's stuff like that because I don't ever react like that in movies. But when oh my god,
Green Inferno.
Oh, I hate that stuff. Like I could feel that moment in my own mouth.
Yeah.
So just know what you're getting into. Ollie's a little freak show. That little son of a bitch. Like shaking the cat and stuff. Like I don't know. There's just there's so many fucked up little things that happen in this movie that make my skin crawl and want to get peeled off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. These guys are just fantastic writers and directors already, and I just can't wait to see what else they do. I know they're doing a documentary next on deathmatch wrestling because obviously, if you've seen the YouTube videos, they participate in that stuff. Like they actually host their own deathmatch wrestling, which is just extreme wrestling with like barbed wire and thumbtacks and
light tubes
lights
and
oh my god,
people get fucked up. Yeah, they're all just covered in blood by the end of it.
One of them almost died doing it. So
they're doing a documentary on that. And then I think Talk to Me Too is on their radar. But I would love to see them also just do this crazy like action movie, like even if it's an original movie, or even if it was they were originally going to do Street Fighter, a live action adaptation of Street Fighter, which they would have been perfect to do that based on their YouTube videos. But I love that they're doing these very just emotionally driven character work with their horror movies so far. Just very kind of like toned down and just very mature and very, very good movies. So I kind of hope they just kind of continue their A24 horror streak as well. As much as fun as it would be to see them tackle a big budget action movie. I love what they're doing.
Very fitting for them to be in. I mean, there's so many. A24 just seems to they keep hitting every single one. Let's hope they don't end up like Blumhouse, but they just like every single movie they come out with has something special about it, and special and unique. Like whoever's over there at that studio, keep doing what you're doing when you find these projects because it works.
Yeah, and they're dipping their toes in some bigger movies as well. I mean, like with Alex Garland and Civil War, like that was like their biggest budget movie that they produced, and I think it did pretty well for them. So I think they're taking more risks as well, not just doing like $5 million indie movies, but they're kind of expanding their range. But yeah, these movies are just fantastic. So I went 4.5 out of 5. One of my favorite movies of the year so far. Nate, where are you going?
I also went 4.5 out of 5. This one just hit all the right notes. It wasn't any specific thing keeping it from being a 5. I think it's just movies. If you rewatch them and feel the same way, I feel that it's warranted for a 5. But this one's on the road to it because it has depth. It has good characters. It does some messed up things where I'm sitting there going, because we, the audience, know that the brother is good, but then the sister can't see that, and it makes you feel so many different ways. And the fact that for their sophomore film and they have this much trust, like the company's willing to trust them with this and give them like a Sally Hawkins, really established actress, and to do some of the things that she does, bravo. I'll see whatever they do day one. I'll purchase their movies day one. I'm a Raka fan. For sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. I really enjoyed this movie. It kind of surprised me at how deep and messed up and grimy it was. But it finally dethroned The Monkey as my number 1 of the year. But I did give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Not a 4.5. So
it is a very slow burn. Like it's not a jump scare. I don't think there's maybe like one jump scare in the movie, but they're really it does not rely on that whatsoever. It's more just going to unsettle you and make you think about it for a week or two after you watch it. So
it's a different existential dread. It's one of those movies again.
And it did.
Yeah.
And it did.
Yep. So that was Bring Her Back. Let us know if you have seen that in the comments on Spotify or YouTube or wherever you're listening to this. But moving on, let's talk about the Phoenician Scheme.
Oh my, okay.
Well, Phoenician Scheme. John, did you get around to seeing this new Wes Anderson film?
I didn't make it in the theater for the Phoenician Scheme, but I do. I will see it. I will be seeing it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And Nate, you obviously watched the Phoenician Scheme. I also went out and checked this movie out in theaters as well. So, Nate, what did you think of The Phoenician Scheme, the new Wes Anderson flick?
Man, this shit sucked, yo.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No. I've realized over the last couple of years that Wes Anderson's growing on me. Me and Spencer just did Darjeeling Limited for first time watches, so go watch that episode or listen to it. The Phoenician Scheme, I think, as of right now, might be my third or second favorite Wes Anderson movie.
Wow.
This one made me laugh out loud a lot, kind of like Grand Budapest did, just with these really quirky moments, especially with Bryan Cranston and Tom Hanks. I want them to be in every movie that comes out this year.
Yeah.
And it just, even though it's Wes Anderson, it felt very linear. Like there was a beginning of the story and you see it. There was no jumping back and forth a whole lot. So it was really easy to follow with really cool set pieces. And I think this is the first Wes Anderson movie that jump scared me. And it wasn't intended to be. It was right at the beginning with the plane. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. But for some reason, because I was not expecting it, I was sitting in my chair and then, oh, okay, cool. All right, we're good.
Fair enough.
But it was just so funny and weird and iconic characters. Like Zaza, Benicio del Toro's character, is a freaking riot, and his daughter is one of my favorite performances of the year because she's just so stone-faced, but you can just see her personality just glowing, radiating off of her, that she keeps it all together. And it's just one of those movies where they just go and meet all these different wacky characters that are all he's trying to get on board with this project that he's making. And it's a lot of fun. You got to see this in theaters to get the full experience.
Yep, that I would echo pretty much everything that you're saying right now. I was a little cautious going into this movie, and as you can go and listen to our episode of the Darjeeling Limited, we did the whole like Wes Anderson breakdown and ranking of our favorite ones. But if you listen to that podcast, you'd find out that the most recent Wes Anderson movies haven't really done it for me. So I was like, which Wes Anderson are we going to get here? And like for the first 2 minutes, like I was just chuckling, and I'm like, wait a minute, are we in for like a movie like the Grand Budapest Hotel? And that was exactly what I got throughout. Just so fun, so funny. I was laughing out loud more than anyone else in my theater. Take a hand grenade. Oh, you're very kind.
Like, oh, you're very kind. No, it's okay. I brought my own.
I'll pull this pin until you say yes. Like just these random like character moments that were just so perfect. And all of his movies are so precise, but this one that just felt very particular in terms of like the production design and like the set and the costumes. It is so perfect. And I totally agree. Sister Liesel or something like that.
Liesel, yeah.
The daughter of Benicio del Toro's character, she was the nun. I loved her character, and she gave such a great performance. I loved how you saw her character change throughout the movie, but just very subtly. And also, this is one of the funniest performances I've seen from Michael Cera. Like,
oh yeah. For Bjorn.
And then like there's a little thing that happens midway through that is just so perfect with his character that I also was laughing out loud with as well. Just I don't know, there's just so many moments throughout this movie that I thought was just pitch perfect. It was exactly what I wanted from a Wes Anderson movie right now, and it delivered. And yeah, like you said, the Tom Hanks and Bryan Cranston scene, like despite how ridiculous and kind of out of place it felt, it was so funny. Like they settled a whole argument or a whole contract based on a game of basketball, and like one of them didn't even know how to play the whole time.
Riz Ahmed, freaking he's like, oh come on, you can do this. No, I'm not familiar with this game.
The writing was great. The directing was obviously fantastic. This movie was fantastic. I loved it. I haven't graded it, so like I'm between like a 4 and a 4.5. I'd probably go 4 right now, but like I could easily see this bumping up to 4.5. I'm definitely gonna get this maybe on Criterion if it ever gets that release. I'm sure it will since that box set's coming. But yeah, no, this one surprised me a lot, and I liked it. It's probably my favorite one that he's made since the Grand Budapest Hotel. Driving to the theater, I was trying to remember like what other Wes Anderson movie have I seen in theaters, and it was only Isle of Dogs. So
you didn't see French Dispatch in theaters?
Nope, I watched that one when it came to
Asteroid?
streaming. Nope, watched it when it came to Peacock. So, yep, this is the first one I've seen in theaters that's like live action, and yeah, fantastic. So
yeah, I saw French Dispatch in theaters, and that was the only one that I got the chance to see because I saw Asteroid City on Amazon. But yeah, no, this was a delight. I could just lean back, relax. I knew what I was getting myself into, and just meeting all these wacky characters. And honestly, I think this Benedict Cumberbatch might beat Doctor Strange.
Oh my
god! Just saying.
The whole third act is fucking incredible.
It's so good. Just Wes Anderson shoots a fight scene like it's a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's perfect. It just the way they're supposed to be these like big bad tough guys, but then when they run, they just look like they're on ice skates. Like you never know what's gonna happen. And Benicio del Toro just holds it all together.
Or just like the body will just fly across the screen like at 100 miles per hour, and then just like sit up really fast.
Yeah, they pop back up. Like, okay. Yeah, you want a hand grenade? No, I brought my own. Okay,
very kind. Yeah, no, one of my favorite movies of the year. Like I said, just great time of year for movies right now. Phoenician Scheme. Yeah, go and see it in theaters while it's still in theaters. I think that's definitely the best way to see this. It's very fun.
Shizzle.
It's a nice little square on a giant screen. It makes no sense.
And the music choices are awesome. So it's Wes Anderson.
All right. Well,
high praise, boys. I definitely will be checking this one out for sure.
I know you did check out a little Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, though, right?
I sure did. I had to see what was the deal down in that submarine, from 3 years ago when they just cut the movie short, and I didn't know it was part 1 at the time.
No, they titled it Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Okay.
It was titled Part 1. They've scrubbed that, but when you saw the movie, the title card when you saw the movie did say Part 1.
But I had already bought my ticket.
Yeah.
So it was too late. And I remember I went to a different theater that time, and I ordered my concessions ahead of time. I was with my dad, I was with Chogi and me, and they never brought the food. So like the movie had started. I'm like, where the fuck is our food? My dad's like, where the fuck's our food? Because you know how he is. He's going to be like all up in arms about it. I'm like, I don't know. I ordered it. So I had to go down there and be like, hey, we had like 3 popcorn buckets and pretzel bites and nachos and fucking 3 ices. And then, ooh. So I missed like the first 20 minutes of the movie. Anyway, that didn't happen for this movie. I went and saw this at 11 p.m. on a Saturday, and I had a fucking amazing time because I love Tom Cruise and I love these movies, and they're so much fun, and they always raise the bar every single time. And Simon Pegg is very quirky, and yeah, this movie was great. There's so many amazing things. It's another action movie. It's another you know what you're getting into with Mission Impossible.
Is Rebecca Ferguson in it?
No. In flashbacks.
Yes, okay.
She's in flashbacks.
You said that you saw this at 11 p.m. or did you mean to say
a.m.?
Okay. Oh, I was gonna say that's a long night.
11 a.m.
That's intense.
2 a.m. Jesus.
Yeah, I have always really enjoyed the Mission Impossible movies, even Mission Impossible 2. Like how ridiculous that one is. It's still
his hair's
a lot
longer
of
in that
fun.
one.
Hair is longer. There's a lot of white doves and a lot of slow motion.
Rock climbs.
But they've always just been like a ton of fun. But the last one, which was Dead Reckoning, I was starting to feel the fatigue of the franchise with the whole plot with the AI, the entity, all that stuff. I just wasn't that engaged with the storyline. So with this Final Reckoning, a 3-hour movie, just like about that. And especially with the first hour and a half being nothing but exposition and setup and just tons of just like cuts to different locations, just setting up like what we kind of already know is going to happen. It frustrated me. I was getting like antsy in the theater, being like, okay, I get it. Like the stakes are high. How many fucking conference room scenes do we have to like do with Tom Cruise and like really obvious like disguise in the corner being like, this is my plan. Like, great. Like, then do the fucking plan. And then once the plan happened, it's the best fucking time I've had in the movie theater. So, like, I'm so conflicted with these movies because they have such high highs, but the lows are just so frustrating to me sometimes. And that has to do with the story and just what they decided to do with this part 1 and part 2, Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning. I just was not that invested with it because obviously I know what's going to happen. The stakes really aren't that high, but they really tried to make it high. And it got on my nerves a little bit. But the stunts and the sequences are out of this world. They're fantastic. They're unlike anything you have seen before. Like, when have you seen a movie star hang off a plane, like doing flips in the air with him just dangling off, only being like held by a little wire, or just like breaking the Guinness Book of World Records doing 16 parachute jumps with a burning parachute? Like, it's insane. The lengths that he goes to entertain his audience is absurd. So you got to give it props. But unfortunately, I didn't love this movie by any means.
Didn't love it. Well, I didn't mind all the exposition. I mean, I think it built tension pretty well with all those scenes, and it does do the run-of-the-mill thing where it's like, oh, we can't trust this guy. Like, he's an enemy of the state. We can't trust him. And then you have to go through an hour of him convincing people to listen to his crazy plan. But that happens in like every big action movie, like that's just kind of part of it. So if you know what you're getting into and you can get through that, I think it's worth the price of admission because he does so many incredible, like insane stunts in this movie. Like the whole submarine sequence is crazy. Like as it's just slowly, the water shifting in the submarine as he's going through compartments, and is it going to fall off a cliff and then he'll run out of his air supply? And it's like, that's pretty entertaining. Like that's
best scene of the whole movie,
dude.
The underwater stuff. Yeah, it was unreal.
And like his plan is so crazy, and I loved like the cuts between like his team and then also his team that's up trying to like meet him at a certain checkpoint, and then it's just really fucking cool. So I love these movies. I think they're their own thing, and I love the soundtrack, and it's just they're so fun. 3 hours is a little ridiculous, though. I'll give you that. The
score was really good in this one. They had a different composer than the previous ones. I mean, obviously the Mission Impossible theme is what it is. It's iconic, but the composer was there's a couple of guys, but it's new composers. But I noticed the score throughout this movie being like, wow, this is really intense. Like they blast the score at times during scenes and really try to make you feel those emotions. But
you think there really wasn't that many stakes in this movie? Because the stakes
there are. Like, but the thing is, they're not that high. The stakes aren't that high for me because it's like, it's Ethan Hunt, it's Tom Cruise. I know what's gonna happen at the end. I'm not going to spoil it for those.
If you guys want to talk about it, I can pop my earbuds.
Well, we're not going to spoil this.
We're not going to spoil it.
We're not going to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil the.
It ends like every other Mission Impossible movie. Like it's great.
Like, if you don't follow his plan, the world's going to end, and like that's literally every Mission Impossible movie. It's like they do try to raise the stakes. They try to raise the stunts on every time, and they do raise the stunts every single movie. They're always crazier. I don't think he broke his ribs this time.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is once they got to 4, or it's basically kind of once Christopher McQuarrie took over as the director and the writer of these movies, he kind of just centered them around action set pieces and stunts, like these very big moments in these movies, like a helicopter chase in Fallout, the Halo jump in Fallout, bathroom fight scene in Fallout, like these very specific moments. And then he just kind of fills in the story around it. And I only say that because he admits to this. Like that's what Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie do. They build these amazing sequences that would be cool to see, like cinematic, like stunts and moments. And then they kind of just fill in the story to make it work. And I can feel that in the movie. That's all.
I'm with you where the AI shit does feel a little bit lazy, because that's like the most current and like
were you ever threatened by Gabriel once?
No, because like he's kind of on his side almost. It's like it's weird. Their dynamic is weird.
Yeah.
It's like yes, he does want Tom Cruise to fail, but he also doesn't. It's like a cat and mouse game where it's just trying to push the story forward because they need some sort of adversary.
The franchise peaked with Philip Seymour Hoffman and the villain for Mission Impossible 3. Like, you're not going to get better than that. Like, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt her. You got a wife? I'm gonna hurt her.
I'm gonna hurt her.
So intense. Yeah. But the villain peaked with Philip Seymour Hoffman, and then just like a little entity like that like glows when it talks. I'm like, great. Like, you're gonna launch nuclear missiles. Okay. I wonder if Tom Cruise is gonna stop.
It overstayed its welcome with Spencer a little bit. I get it. I totally see what he's saying.
But it was a ton of fun. Like, I had a great time. It's worth the price of admission. I mean, if you have an IMAX near you, like, you have to go and see it in IMAX.
Oh yeah,
it's not gonna be the same if you just watch it on Amazon. But then again, I'm kind of happy that this is the hopefully final reckoning.
Is it though? That's what I was just going to ask.
They say final reckoning like 6 times in this movie too.
That's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, what else do you do? Like, is the next movie like there's a supervillain that's coming from space and he's gonna smash the moon into the earth, and then Tom Cruise has to go up there with all the guys from Fast and the Furious and like Captain America, and then they go up there and stop that?
I need you to trust me one last time.
No, I think the next movie has to be like the replacement for Ethan Hunt, because obviously Ethan Hunt has to go retire and just like go like put his like toes up and sip martinis.
Kid.
So like the next Ethan Hunt IMF guy is gonna fail and the world's gonna explode, and then it's gonna be a post-apocalyptic, and Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt is gonna be having to like create like a gain and like make a new civilization,
and then it's Oblivion,
Mad Max style, bitch. Exactly. There we go.
There's some and then it's Edge of Tomorrow because
that's
Aliens.
The sequel. They can finally do the Edge of Tomorrow sequel.
Perfect. And he's Ethan Hunt. There you go. You're onto something there.
All right. Well, those are the big movies that we
went 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5.
Right, great.
I liked it. That was a lot of fun. 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Letterboxd doesn't allow me to do decimals, so I did actually go 3 out of 5, but I would probably give it like a 3.2.
You can't just round. Come on, man. Fair enough. 3 is it's fresh.
3 seems like a little low, but like I honestly like I was a little just frustrated by just how long it was, how much exposition there was, where I knew where it was going. There was a part 1, bitch. Like, I know. Like, literally the first half of this movie is almost a recap of like what happened. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Anyways, yep. Mission Impossible 3 out of 5. Glad they're over, but Tom Cruise, good for you.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Exactly.
Yeah.
Quickies, catch up. We had a whole month of just movies that came out, and we saw a whole bunch, including Final Destination Bloodlines. I went and saw the A24 film called Friendship. There was a Shudder movie called Ugly Stepsister. Bunch of stuff. So,
John, did you watch that?
No, I haven't.
You don't.
Which one?
The Ugly Stepsister.
Oh.
I messaged Spencer afterwards and was like, can we get John to watch this? Because I want to know what he thinks.
I didn't think it was that disturbing. It's a Shudder original movie that's a very twisted take of a Cinderella story.
Like from the Ugly Stepsister's point of view.
Oh, interesting.
So if you know the story of Cinderella, it's just a very twisted take of that story. And I didn't know that. Like, I kind of thought like it was taking inspiration, but I didn't realize that it was like a legit retelling.
On the nose.
Yeah, like on the nose, but just twisted. I'm like, once that settled in like halfway, I was like, oh my God, this is a lot of fun. So I did really enjoy it.
I would watch that. That sounds cool.
It's also got a great like synthy, like kind of like techno score to it. And
very dreamy.
Very dreamy. Very kind of like relevant themes were just like body image and everything, and like standards and stuff like that. So it's really good. I would recommend it. It's on Shudder. If you have it, definitely check it out. Yeah,
nice.
Fun movie.
Right.
Spencer, do you think I'd like Friendship?
No,
because I don't know if I would.
No, wait, why?
I don't think he's that funny. Tim Robinson.
Okay.
Like, some of his skits from I Think You Should Leave are okay. But I just think he's too weird to the point where it's not funny.
Yeah, I'm not. Did you see it, John?
No, I was gonna say, like, I see where you're coming from. I'm not as like when people talk about Tim Robinson, they're like, oh my God, Tim Robinson is like the funniest thing in the fucking world ever. So I don't feel that way, but I did really want to see
Nathan
this.
Felder. Like, I think he's funny because he's like kind of
I think Shane
stone-faced
Gillis
funny.
is really funny. I don't think Tim Robinson is Shane Gillis funny.
No,
Like or Nathan, like they're completely different types of comedy, but I just, to each their own.
maybe
but,
like a Jim Cummings comedy. Is that a fair comparison, or am I off?
No,
it's so different. It's so different.
Very different.
Like, yeah,
I mean,
but it's all their own. Yeah.
That being said, though, I've said this phrase a lot, but I've seen a lot of good movies recently. Friendship is one of my favorite movies of the year. Like, I love this movie so much. I saw it in a sold-out screening. Like, not a single seat left in the theater.
Nice,
so
nice.
people were laughing a lot during this movie. So I did have I was kind of feeding off of that energy a lot. So maybe I got a couple chuckles out of scenes where I maybe wouldn't have ever watched it like by myself. But like I thought I was consistently smiling throughout this movie. And just because it's very well shot. It's an A24 film, but it's shot in that like square aspect ratio, but it's framed very well. And just seeing Tim Robinson in that type of movie that's like an A24 independent kind of like psychological thriller in a way, like the way it's shot and just his character like in that environment just adds a layer of comedy to the movie already for me, and to a lot of other people, because a lot of the movie is just people reacting to just him and like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, he is a weird fucking dude, and he's consistent throughout the whole movie. I don't mind that at all. Like, I think Tim Robinson's is very entertaining, so it didn't bother me whatsoever. But like, if you're already like on the fence with it, then like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't think you'll get much out of it. But I absolutely love the movie. Like,
I'd give it a shot if it streams, because I saw the line that I did think was kind of funny was, "Oh, we're gonna go see the new Marvel."
Yeah, but then the wife's response was like, "Oh, sorry, no, I'm getting drinks with my ex," and he's like, what?
Did you just hear that?
What?
Like,
like what?
Paul Rudd, we're friends, right? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Like, it was just a very memorable experience of the movies for me watching that. So I really, really enjoyed it. Probably more than most would enjoy it, but
that seems like an HBO movie for like, I would definitely watch that if it comes to Max.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to leave it at this. I don't think we should have pulled out of Afghanistan. So moving on to another movie topic here. Do you guys want to talk about Summer of '69?
What did you just say?
I'm hoping that's a line from the movie.
Yeah, please. Because now we know how
Jesus
really feels about
that. That caught me so off guard.
If you see the movie, it's the fucking greatest.
He had to sneak it in right at the end, just natural.
That's
just,
great.
all right, we're going to move on.
I don't think we should pull out of Afghanistan. We should do that right now. We should stay in Afghanistan.
I'm like, wait, did I hear that right? Like, okay.
He's pretty funny, man. I can't. Yeah, I wish I was that funny.
Spencer, can I request Killer of Killers?
What's that
all about? No. I haven't seen it. I want you to sell me on it.
Did you see it, John?
No, I don't know what that is.
Remy,
I'm really glad that didn't hit the TV. I did that and immediately was like, please don't hit the TV.
It was
the
empty.
TV that I bought you.
That you owed me. Yes.
Well, I did owe you that TV.
Predator, Killer of Killers. You need to go and watch this movie like when we finish this episode, or just watch it tomorrow or as soon as you can. It's a Hulu original, directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who directed Prey, and he did 10 Cloverfield Lane. He has a theatrical Predator movie coming out in November called Badlands.
That was kind of badass, actually. Like,
it has shot up to the top of my list for most
sick.
anticipated, especially after watching this one. This is a animated anthology movie telling 3 separate stories. They're titled The Sword, The Shield, and I'm blanking on the last one, but it is so much fun. There's a samurai story. There's like a Nordic like Viking one, and then there's actually don't want to spoil. There's a World War I or II story as well. And then there's a third act that's amazing.
Predators in it is what you're saying.
It is about predators. Yeah, predators in different time periods. Because when Prey came out and it was about like the Comanche, people were like, this is fucking awesome. Like Predator in this timeline, like this is really cool and something we haven't seen before. So people started like speculating, like, oh, like they should do one like in the samurai times, or they should do one in World War II. And so I think they saw that and were like, why don't we just do like an animated anthology and kind of do this? And they did it, and it is fucking awesome. It is so badass. It's also an hour and 24 minutes, so it goes by really fast. The stories are, I think, maybe like 15 each or something, so it's pretty quick. Like, you do not feel the length whatsoever. I think even the second story has like no dialogue. It's just visual beauty. Like, it's so cool.
I'm looking at the trailer now. Like, I'm sold. It looks sick, dude.
It's awesome.
That you couldn't have sold me more, because Prey was something I never thought I needed, but
and stay for the credits.
Okay.
Stay for the credits.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks so cool, dude.
It's cool.
I'm watching this tonight. Absolutely.
It'll get you excited for Badlands. So
nice. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
On another note, you can skip Summer of '69. It's really dumb. It has Chloe Fineman in it, and like she's all right, you know, as an actress, but she basically plays.
Is the Bryan Adams song in it? What's the summer
it's not.
of 60?
It's not in the movie.
Wasted opportunity.
She plays an exotic dancer, and the club she's working at is going to get sold to this like guy, and the lady who owns the club doesn't have enough money to keep the club, so she's like, okay. And then this girl has a bunch of money. Her parents are gone, and she wants to help to like 69 with a guy, so she enlists Chloe Fineman for sexual help, and it was really stupid. I didn't like it.
All right. Next one.
It has funny moments.
No, it doesn't. Move on.
It has some funny moments.
Cringy. It's really cringy.
Yeah, for the most part, it is very cringy. I would say the first half had potential, and then
I agree.
Overstayed its welcome.
I agree. It was an okay concept, and then the second that teenager, whatever her name is, starts opening her mouth, I lost interest.
I do want to touch upon Final Destination's Bloodlines, because I did not have any interest in seeing this movie. I'd only seen the 3D one. I hadn't seen any of the other movies.
Really? Oh, okay.
Bits and pieces, like scenes. Like I know the log truck scene from 2, and I know like the roller coaster from 3. But like start to finish, I'd only seen the 3D one, number 4. So I went into this one, very little expectations, and I gotta say, this is by far the best one out of the 2 I've seen, but it is so much fun. I honestly had a great time with this movie, and I know Nate saw it, and you were hesitant to see it. You kind of were like, I don't know if I'm going to see it. Then I went and saw it. I'm like, I had fun. So what do you think?
Because I've seen the very first one with like Devon Sawa and what other.
That's a good movie.
Scott.
I've seen that. He is in it. Very 90s 2000s, like it's that type of movie. This one was fun just because they embraced kind of the quirky funniness of their situation, and the kills just go over the top. Like I never expected to be afraid of a CAT scan machine. Now I never want to go near one.
Don't wear anything with metal.
Yeah, and freaking the end just literally comes out of nowhere, and it's just brutal. But I think the reason to watch this movie is the opening prologue.
Yeah,
because it
awesome.
Sets off the entire story and what is happening with our main character, and it was just such a cool set piece, and the way things just kind of happened, and the way they tie it in with death coming for them. It was cool to see, especially in theaters, because watching something like this on a small screen wouldn't really do it justice. You need like the grand presentation that it has.
So you had fun with it?
Yes, I did. Nice. I think I gave it maybe like a 3.5. So like I had a good time, and there were some funny parts, some really unique ways that they think of cheating death. And like one kid's allergic to a Reese's cup, and it's so funny.
There was some really funny moments, like one with the garbage truck. Like I was losing it during that scene. Yeah. Anyways, go and see that one if you can. It's probably leaving theaters soon, but it made a lot of money. Like it made its production budget back the opening weekend. So I think they will make more. I think there is definitely a lot of interest with audiences for this movie. You got that title, the IP, Final Destination. So I think there'll be more. But give it to these directors. These guys have a lot of fun. And they know the franchise. So
good.
Yeah,
okay. If they can make their money back, I would say that's a success.
But John, tell me real quick about Ballerina, because you're the only one.
Oh my!
Here.
I've seen the Japanese version,
but I had more interest in the Phoenician scheme. So
interesting, but I'm surprised nobody went and saw Karate Kid. I thought somebody would have seen that.
Oh my god!
No, okay, my bad. Okay, Jackie Chan, Jaden Smith's not in it. That's why I didn't see it. But yeah, no, I was really excited for this because Ana de Armas and the John Wick universe is pretty awesome, and I thought my one thing with this movie that kind of didn't change throughout the movie was I love Ana de Armas, but she does seem kind of miscast a little bit throughout this movie. Like, she has a very strong Hispanic accent, and she's meant to be kind of like Eastern European throughout the movie. So that did kind of throw me off. Like, she's meant to be like this kind of just badass assassin, kind of like
John Wick,
Black Widow, or like John Wick, yeah, like Black Widow, or like the movie with Jennifer Lawrence or whatever, Red Sparrow, yeah. And she didn't quite live up to that. She was just kind of like you're the star of this movie, so you have to execute these crazy situations and be really good at gunjitsu and all that stuff. And I didn't really buy her in that role. But this movie was still like extremely entertaining. Like, it still has all the same kind of, fight sequences that you would get with John Wick. There's a crazy high kill count. You do get to see a little bit of John Wick, which seems shoehorned because I don't think he needed to be there in any capacity. I'm saying that I feel like she was miscast, but the movie would have been fine if he wasn't in it, and it still would have been equally entertaining. But it's very similar to a Red Sparrow. It's like the same training sequences, it's kind of like the same sort of origin story that leads her to be there. It's like you've seen this type of movie before, but instead you're getting like the John Wick action scenes, the high-paced music, the flashing lights and all of that. So that's a really fun color palette, and you get to kind of dive back into that universe. You go to the Continental Hotel again. Like, it's cool. I just like the underground atmosphere of these movies. So yeah, I mean, I was definitely entertained, but it's not as good as John Wick. It's Ballerina. It's tough to see it, like,
especially when you attach director Len Wiseman to the movie. I don't know if you're familiar with his work. I mean,
I probably not.
I think he done Underworld. He did the Total Recall remake.
Yeah,
the
action scenes were good, and I don't think Ana de Armas.
They reshot a lot of the movie with Chad Stahelski, whatever his name is, to come back, the original director of 1 through 4. He came back. Apparently, rumor has it, they watched Len Wiseman's cut, and they're like, we need to reshoot this with the John Wick director to make it work. So they scheduled a bunch of reshoots. They got the original director to come back and direct those reshoots. And then I guess that version is now in theaters. Kind of like a combination between the two. So that's the rumor. Who knows if it is true? But that kind of got me a little less excited to go out and see it. I do want to see it, though. I definitely will watch it.
You should see it.
Likely when it comes out on HBO or Peacock or something.
She is a total badass in the movie. Like, she is.
I loved her moment in No Time to Die. She's fantastic.
She's extremely talented. I don't know. I don't know if this movie needed to happen.
Just watch the Japanese Ballerina.
Do you think there'll be sequels to this or other spinoffs?
I mean, I don't know how the box office did, but I feel like it probably not well.
Underperformed.
Yeah, so I don't think so.
I think it was tracking, or I think it got like 25 million.
Ooh.
Yeah, it probably doesn't. I don't think it'll get a sequel personally, and I don't think it needs it. So, just give me more John Wick. He's not dead, is he? I don't remember.
Oh, well, John Wick 5 is greenlit, so that is going to happen. So
that's insane that we have 5 of those. That's insane.
Yeah, it's going to be in the retirement home. Yeah,
I know the second one.
They're all really good.
Yeah, they're all fantastic. Yeah, 1 through 4 is phenomenal. Yeah. Some of the best action movies of the last couple of years. But
Booyah.
Definitely. Is that it for
I mean, there's other stuff on that list. I mean, The Ballad of Wallace Island and HBO original called Mountainhead with Steve Carell. I don't know if you guys watched that one. Don't if you have.
No, I know.
Stupid.
Wallace Island, I would recommend.
I do want to see it.
Yeah, it's very fun. It's quirky, but in a different way. That, like, I was gonna say Tim Robinson, but this character has got more charm, I think. And yeah, it's just about this guy who won the lottery, and he hired his favorite folk duo to come perform a one-man show for him on his island. And the guy shows up and doesn't know that the girl is showing up, and then she does. And it's got really good type, like, folk type music, kind of like Simon and Garfunkel mixed with Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
Great set pieces, just a lot of charm. And
I saw it's on Peacock, so if you have Peacock, go and check it out. I probably will. So
breezy. It all takes place in this one area, so you get used to the setting, the people, this character of Charles who just deserves all the happiness in the world, is what I'll say. And Carey Mulligan, awesome. She's awesome.
Yes, to share it, Carey Mulligan.
There you go.
Yeah, love. I think, like, people compare her to Michelle Williams. I think it's mainly because of they look similar, but Carey Mulligan acts circles around her, so it's worth it.
All right. Well, the next couple of weeks, we actually do have a good amount of movies coming out. So be very interested to see what ones you guys go and check out. But we have the live action How to Train Your Dragon. That's coming out next week. We also have a new movie from director and writer Celine Song from Past Lives. She has a new romance movie coming out called The Materialists.
Yep, that looks fun.
With Pedro Pascal, Dakota Johnson, and Chris Evans. Actually looks great. I've been hearing great stuff about it. I heard that it's just almost as good as Past Lives. So hell yeah, that's exciting. And we also have The Life of Chuck, a Mike Flanagan film that won the TIFF Audience Award last year. It's finally coming out from Neon in June next week, I think. So I'm hearing great things about that movie. It's based on a Stephen King short story, so that might be like a movie of the year. Who knows? So I definitely think you guys should go and check out that one if it's playing near you. And then most likely, 28 Years Later is going to be out by the time we have another episode. So we'll be trying to get that one seen, and a new Pixar movie that I know nothing about called Elio.
That looks so good.
I haven't seen a single trailer. I don't even know what it's about. So
you're good. Just
I might just go into it blind. Exactly. So tons more movies coming out in the month of June. So yeah, go to the theater, watch some movies, and let us know what you've seen, and come back next week or two for another episode.
Watch movies. Yes.
Go to your local theater. Support theaters. Support.
Buy popcorn buckets.
Yeah. Entire weekly paycheck on a popcorn bucket that you'll only use to store knickknacks.
And that's coming to streaming. Real quick. Ocean Gate documentary disaster.
Oh, I already watched that. It's pretty interesting.
It's already out.
It's out. Yeah, I already watched it. Oh yeah. So Ocean Gate
comes out June 11th. No, comes out June 11th.
I watched one. It just came out on Netflix. Okay, whatever, man. Screw you. I hate this show. It wasn't really that good of a documentary. I like the Jared Fogle one a lot more.
All right. Quack, quack, bitch. Make way for that one.